The reason there's a double standard between men and women is because it goes back to the history. It's like taking religion, Christianity goes way back. That's why so many people are Christian. The game is already set, folks. There's a double standard. There is, but that's the way it is. And the reason why is because it goes back to the history. It goes back till chivalry. Men was always perceived as a dominant, woman as the less dominant. Men are supposed to do everything for the women. It's the goals already it's already set, whether you like it or not. Um, that's the way it is, folks. It has to go back to the history. You can go back in time and change history. You could change history, but you can't. And that's why chivalry is still important this day. And that's why there is a double standard. Yeah, women don't want to be perceived as objects, but they're okay if men are perceived as objects. Sorry, folks, but that's just the way it is. Just don't get into the issue so much. Just forget about that. And just focus on, if you're trying to get a girl, just focus on the rules of chivalry and be nice and sweet. You know? But look at the sense. If there's a double standard for that, well, there's a double standard, it's double standard for men still get paid more than women. See? So, I mean, there's different double standards. You see, it all goes back to history, you know? Um, and that's what it goes back to. It just goes back to history. If the history was different, if men and women were, you know, I don't know, maybe if there was more tomboys, like girls that act like guys, maybe the history would have been different back then. Remember, from the 50s, 40s, what was it perceived at? The men does the job and the woman takes care of the house. Well, the women don't want to do that. The women want to work. The women want to go out. They don't want to be your slave. I mean, they might love you, but they don't want to be your slave. Every woman's different. Some women are still with that kind of chivalry. Some women are not. Um, and that's, it has to do, like I said, if there was maybe perhaps women grew up, majority of women grew up as tomboys, which is like girls like acting like guys, you know, maybe things would have been different, you know. But they still have girls that are like that. So, um, all girls are different. It just goes back to the history. The history has influenced everything from chivalry, from religion. It's all about history, folks. There was, if you could change the history, but it's already set. So, whether there is a double standard, sorry, folks, you just have to you have to play by the game. You have to play by the rules. And the game is that it's perceived, at least women think, or it's been their parents taught them that men are more superior to you, and you are less superior, and then the man has to take care of you and treat you with chivalry. You know, that's the way that it's been set in stone, and that's why it's ever been said. That's why you have to open the doors. That's why you have to buy the flowers. That's why you have to take care of the girls. It's just the way it is. Um, um, I think maybe if you go with either if you go with the tomboy girl, um, but there's not many tomboy girls, and the ones you don't know which are, I mean, but to tell you the truth, I like my women to be women, I think that's what makes the best thing about the women. I mean, um, it's cool to have tomboy, but I like, a woman to be a woman. I like women to have woman qualities. I mean, I don't like women to be like, I think that's what separates men from women. The parents taught the women, their flowers are sweet, they're nice, and the men is all grown up, you know, perceived as strong and and then fighting and football and stuff like that. It's just set in stone the way it was. Um, so the rules are already set. The game is already set. Um, I suggest if you want, either go with the tomboy, a girl that's a tomboy, or go with a girl that's maybe perhaps bisexual. You know. Um, but like I said, it's just already